Emotional damage.
We were planning on some topics here, and Anthony randomly says, "Hey man, did you hear about that guy who eats people? The whole Haitian cannibalism thing?" And I was like, "What?" Yeah, the guy's name is Barbecue. I was like, "Okay, we're doing that."
Yes.
So why don't you dive into that one, since you're very familiar with
So familiar with the Haitian culture.
Call of Duty
cannibalistic.
skin's gonna drop, dude.
Oh, I can't wait for barbecue.
I'm sure you'll buy it. I am certain of that.
I've gotta buy it. If I don't buy it, I'm not.
The battle pass.
What did you say?
I'm sure he's gonna buy it.
I thought you said something else about his skin, man.
The battle pig skin.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Nah, that Haitian stuff is crazy right now.
Yeah.
You know, so because I didn't know this, but the gangs already controlled most of the capital. They already controlled all these little sectors of the capital. They were already outgunning all the police, military already before this major attack.
Yeah.
The problem is with this major gang attack, they're full of very dangerous gangs. So like cannibalistic gangs, like full on like.
You wouldn't go into that. I
like
bet that's pretty
pirates,
good topic.
Crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, Haitian pirates. Yeah, of course.
There's a lot of them right now. So like Barbecue is technically he was an ex-cop.
I wonder why.
Listen here.
He was eating the prisoners.
Nobody made it back.
Nobody made it back.
Put them in the back, and you're like, "No, dude, not
He'd stop in the Sally Port and just go to town. There's just a skeleton and it comes out the other side.
Roasty.
Yeah.
No, not him.
Not him. No,
anyone but him.
A lot of the Haitian stuff though, that's a lot of like, from what I understand, there's a lot of like voodoo type shit they believe in, and kind of like witchcraft type stuff, you know.
Yeah, imagine with what they're doing.
You know, like to them it's like not eating people, like fleeing the soul.
We're fleeing the soul within our soul. Yes. The souls are merging together.
It's that kind of stuff, man. You imagine though?
Yeah, actually that's happening right now. So like they're doing rituals in the streets.
Dude, like, all right, so
in the streets.
What type of streets?
Well, I don't know if it's the same thing or not, but years ago, dude, Jackass.
Back in the day.
Before they were Jackass, the Wild Boys. Remember the Wild Boys?
Yes.
With Chris Pontius and Steve-O?
That was a while ago.
And they went to, I don't know where it was, dude, but they went to this, Agoris, the Agori tribe. And they were like, and they brought these other two dudes with them, and they were like, literally, like, they're cannibalistic tribes, so they, like, eat body parts, and they drink pee out of skulls and stuff. And the dude Danger,
that's awesome.
Not Dave England, he's like, you know, he's like, they're drinking pee out of skulls and stuff. And he's like, you know, put it on a snow cone, we can talk about it. It's like,
where's this? What is this
the
about?
Wild Boys. You've never seen Wild Boys?
No, but I saw those Indian people in India who are cannibalistic down there at the Ganges.
The Agoris. I think I want to say it's
they
India,
drink out of the skull.
Yeah, I want to say it's India.
They're really
India
weird.
or
He's
somewhere
like,
in
I could
Africa.
eat you right now.
It was just a similar topic. It's just, you put it on a snow cone, we could talk about it, you know?
Yeah,
talk about
that's
pee.
funny.
It's so gross, dude.
No, I remember seeing some of that, which is crazy, right?
Cold
and I think,
pee. Can you
I
imagine?
think someone drank it. Did they drink out of the skull?
Yeah, they drink.
Yes,
Yeah, they
yeah.
drink.
On
They,
the-
dude,
yeah.
and they
Yeah.
like straight up drink blood, dude.
Yeah.
Like just
Right.
like
People blood.
Yeah.
it's like it's good. It's vampire stuff.
Well, it's their
Yeah.
idea is that they're consuming them
Different.
versus cremating them and send them down the Ganges.
The
which is common.
yeah, which is very common. The Haitians though, they do a lot of shit with like goats and stuff, dude.
What type of like weird stuff?
Well, I mean, like it's just like goat's blood,
Like German
and,
stuff?
like goat,
Oh,
like goat's blood, and you always see like goat horns and stuff, and you know.
Okay,
It's
so
just
satanic rituals.
Yeah, it's just like
No,
like
they
makes
do.
sense.
They do. It's a very satanic ritual
Yeah.
type of
Yeah.
place. Like very.
yeah.
Sounds like it.
Because when the
My grandma told your grandma she's gonna say she stole that
Oh.
body.
during the main earthquake,
Hey, no.
eh, no,
Yeah, the earthquake.
it was really bad.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
And that's
And
where
we sent a ton of money to them, and now they're eating each other. That's what I got out of this.
Well,
Well,
the money-
we sent a ton of money to them, and then Hillary Clinton put it in her pocket.
Yeah, it was like 90% of the money went back to them,
Politics,
and only
yeah.
10% went to
Yeah.
to the Haitians or to the presidential people.
Yeah. And that's why that one dude,
Barbecue.
he freaking came to the States during that whatever, and he's like, you guys said we were going to get like $250 million. And they're like,
Oh, I think I remember
Yeah.
that along with... There was another incident.
and I want to say that dude got clipped.
Oh,
Probably did.
maybe.
I'm almost
Just like
Snipped
the Boeing
or
whistleblower.
oh my God,
I know.
dude. How do you deny that?
I know, it's like
Dude's in perfect health with zero mental issues. And then it's like,
2 shots to the head.
yeah, he shot himself in the head, dude. I don't know what happened.
When did this
man.
happen?
He doesn't. Oh,
Who?
man.
Who was it?
Boeing has had all these issues with their aircraft.
Yeah.
Right? The safest airplane
Oh,
in the
wait.
skies.
I didn't know we were talking about Boeing.
Well, we're getting sidetracked, but it's
We're
okay.
getting
So-
sidetracked.
No, yeah, you're fine. But who did what to who?
So there was, I can't think of his name. He was a quality control inspector for Boeing for like, what, 30 years, Anthony?
Yes, like the main engineer, quality control
Yeah.
for
So,
Boeing.
and he was saying things like,
John Barnett.
that's right.
Good job. That was quick.
He was saying things like, they
Good
would
job.
raise concerns, with the aircraft design. Engineers who were
Mhm.
very smart are going, I don't think it should be like this. And upper management's like, dude, we don't care. We got deadlines to meet.
Was this the
Push these planes.
the
out."
airplane door thing?
No. This is
connected?
just Boeing in general.
Okay.
In general.
Because they're getting spicy.
So they push all these planes out, and they're having issues like the 737 Max and all this
Mhm.
stuff. And like a lot of the incidents, I will say though, with the 737 Max, you really don't see them U.S. based. You see them a lot.
Is that
Foreign
maintenance in
countries.
other countries?
Yeah, I'd say 90% of that stuff is. Or
They're
pilot
high
error.
maintenance.
I mean,
Oh.
they don't get the same training that like
I never thought of that.
we would get. I mean, they might, but
Like a
it's
Haitian
not-
pilot.
yeah, dude.
He's like, dude, I am
Haiti
really hungry. We're fresh out of packs, so I could eat one of the
Something.
passengers.
yeah, pretty much.
That's a spicy leg right there.
So, anyways, this dude comes out as a whistleblower and spills all this insider information about how they're doing, doing lacks on safety and blah blah
Mm.
blah, and all of a sudden, 5 or 6 days later, turns up dead, shot himself in the back of the head,
In the back of the head.
something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Something obviously not correct.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Like instant, like he was coming out
He
with
was
all this
suicided.
info
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
just bam, suicide. Because this was like for Boeing, all the accidents has been happening. Every day something new with the plane, right?
Mhm.
Doors falling off. The other day a wheel came off. The whole wheel
Yeah.
assembly popped off when they
Because that was on a
lifted off the ground.
777. That's really though when it comes to aircraft, that's really not super
Dangerous.
duper uncommon.
Because they have
Like,
tons of them.
This 777 has 6 wheels per main, right? So if they lose one, they definitely want to land again,
Yeah.
right? But they also have to burn a ton of fuel because they're super heavy. That actually happens quite a bit.
So they would burn the fuel
but they usually catch
with
it
the
before it falls off.
anticipation that there could be a crash and it would lighten the load for the wheel.
So you've got a max takeoff weight and then you got a max landing weight, and those
Mhm.
two matter a lot. That's max landing weight dictates your glide slope, your speed, where you can fly into, yada yada yada.
Skiing for slopes, yeah.
Yeah.
Skiing for planes.
Yeah. It's a.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever seen like a picture of a runway and it's got 2 white lights, 2 red lights?
I know. Yeah.
What is it? What are you gonna say?
They actually change based on the angle of approach.
right.
They
You
turn
know what it stands
to
for?
no idea.
Visual approach slope indicator.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
I like how you did that.
Red, you're dead. White,
Yeah.
you're doing all
You're
right.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, a friend of mine, actually 2 friends of mine fly, and I fly with them every now and then. And I was like, oh, they change.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
You'll typically see them like they won't ever like change, angle of attack. They'll add more power, pull power
Mhm.
back. They kind of do it.
And
like
they
that.
change sequentially. It's not like
The
some
same.
could be red.
The safest airplanes in the sky right now. There's 2 airplanes: Airbus, Beechcraft.
Really?
Airbus is
Airbus is
actually-
nice,
tanks,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
Beechcraft is they make much smaller planes,
Yeah.
but Airbus, dude, you got A380s that are flying through typhoons and
Yeah.
shit. You know what I
We
mean?
should do a airplane section. Seriously.
Airplanes.
Mhm.
You know a lot about them.
Yeah, we could.
Like, I mean, really.
So
That's
typical
that's
of what,
impressive.
like where that wheel falling off comes into play though is a lack of maintenance inspection because that's just a wheel bearing burning up and the hub getting too hot and it's shearing off.
Now,
So-
is that Boeing doing that?
No, it's
Or is-
maintenance.
it's maintenance, okay,
Because
so-
what's really scary about airplanes, like when I was working on planes, the shop I was working at, man, like when I got done with a job, it could be something as simple as an oil change on a 172, right? And I would clean up, put all my tools away because we had foam boxes.
Mhm.
So all of our wrenches had a place, template box, you know. So I would inspect it, and then I would go get somebody else. They would inspect it, and then they would go get the shop foreman, and he would inspect it.
Jeez, man.
So you've got what 6 sets of eyes looking at it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
Something.
Yeah.
There's
A
at
lot of
least,
eyes.
At least 6
There's
eyeballs.
at least 6 eyeballs
At
looking
least.
at it, right?
Maybe
So
5, pirates.
you
Yeah,
so it's very,
patience.
very, very hard to make a mistake when you've got
Yeah.
that many people looking at it.
Quadruple
But what'll
checking,
happen a lot of
etc.
times is we would get guys that because I worked general aviation, so we worked on everything from your baby Taylor Crafts up to freaking G5s, G6s, all that stuff. And
Like a G6.
nothing crazy on those. I mean, it'd be something as stupid as like because nothing really goes wrong with those things, man. You're like strut
Yeah.
services and checking brakes and shit, But and if there was something wrong with it, everything's in a bay in a big plane, right? So it's all it'll say like low fuel pressure. So you go to like bay 43, which is aft, right? And you follow the schematic and you find bay 43 and you pull it out and everything's quick change. So it can be changed really easy by mechanics and stuff. But anyway, so what happens a lot is we would get these guys that would come from airlines and they would be in one shop. So they'd be in engines for 20 years, or they'd be in airframe for 20 years, or avionics, and they would know that shop inside and out. But in the general aviation side, you kind of have to know all of that stuff. So you tell these guys, like, hey man, like, pull that top cowling off and drain the oil out of that, that turbo arrow right there, and they'd be like,
Yeah, the turbo
okay,
arrow.
yeah, got it, man. And they'd be like, which one's the arrow, dude? Like because they don't know. So it gets into one, we're struggling to get people who want to do that.
Mhm.
So they're kind of just bringing in whoever. Maintenance lacks because experience, like the guys who are really good at this stuff, they're starting to retire. They're not going to do this for 40, 50 years, Kids coming right out of these stupid ass technical schools are like demanding like $40 an hour, which
They
is
haven't earned.
the old saying is it takes a college degree to fly them and a high school diploma to fix them. Right? And it's
Makes
amazing
sense.
how those work, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the systems you got to keep track of and you got to know and stuff as simple as like even if you're just doing a simple run up on a plane to know what to look for. Because you can run a plane up and I'm like, oh, that sounds fine. But you got to know what gauges to watch, where oil pressure is supposed to be at, mag drops, all that kind of stuff,
I think right now as well, with how bad Boeing is being looked at,
Mm-hmm.
every little issue that happens to one of their planes is going to be like.
They know people are feeding on that.
And
Right?
I'll tell you
Yeah.
guys this:
Yeah.
every time you've been on a plane, the
Yeah.
pilot has wrote down some sort of discrepancy that's happened, and it can be something so stupid like,
Loss of oil.
well, that's not
main engine not starting.
or like what I'm saying is like little teeny
We'll go.
stuff like indicator light went out or main panel fell forward while we're taking
The
off.
bathroom
You know what I mean?
latch
Stuff-
is not latching.
Well, see, all that kind of stuff makes the
Spicy.
plane like where they can't fly it.
Yeah.
Like stuff as simple
I
as
don't
that.
want
Yeah.
that. I don't want to see someone taking a deuce.
I've seen them ground planes because baggage doors didn't lock, like your overhead.
I feel like
baggage.
that is terrible and annoying,
Yeah.
but I feel like that makes sense
Yeah,
for
sure it does.
turbulence.
Sure it
Some of
does.
that stuff's 40 pounds, man.
If it gets loose and it starts knocking around other stuff, starts knocking into people,
falls,
I mean, it's
falls down on somebody's head,
lost,
dude.
Lawsuit.
That's
Big
a real
lawsuit.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just dangerous,
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that is true. There's a ton of scrutiny against them right now,
Yeah.
especially with this deal, dude. I mean, that's.
Well, this
I'm not
John
saying
thing
they did or they
is.
didn't. If they did, that's the dumbest move they could have done.
Yeah.
Sometimes when someone is speaking against something, it's best to let them speak.
Yeah.
And maybe even find a way to jump in there on responsibility. But you ask them, you look shady. Everyone knows what's going on.
Mhm.
There
You do.
go.
Yeah, you do.
You
And
actually
then
do.
you lose trust of the public or your shareholders.
Well, that's why.
et
What's
cetera.
their name? They canceled all their 737 Max orders and they went with Airbus.
Actually,
Mhm.
a lot of main companies, American
Yeah.
Airlines canceled.
And
all
they
of their
canceled like
Boeing.
200 something
Yeah.
planes.
I wonder
dude.
what United did. used to have some stock
They're
in
probably
United.
switching over.
Yeah.
They're
A
switching
lot of
over.
people are going to Airbus, man. They just make a tank of a plane, dude.
It's
Yeah.
like, you know,
You know?
Boeing, it's a big company. They do the Apache. They do the ACs.
Oh yeah, they do all
they
sorts
do
of our warfare
spacecraft.
stuff.
Nope.
So if this John guy was leaking things for quality control with military as well, that could be, you
Mhm.
know, higher
Mhm.
ups getting involved.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, like higher ups. Cause
It's kind of weird in this day and age. We can track people in China, watch their gait, facial recognize
Yeah.
them, but we can't find someone getting murdered
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
Well, I mean we can,
They
but
could
in
read
that thing,
they could read
people
a penny
involved.
from space, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, they've been doing that for 20 years.
You
You
know,
know, seriously.
yeah, I'm sorry, Epstein. I mean,
That's
know,
You know what?
I'm
I
so
always thought
sorry.
about that with the Epstein thing. You ever, as dumb as it sounds, though, did you watch the new A-Team with Liam Neeson?
oh yeah,
You know,
Yeah, I've watched it.
What's that UFC
Uh,
fighter that was in that?
I know you're talking about the UFC and
He
Mm.
played
the guy who played in Hangover. One of them.
No.
One of the guys. So someone in the 80s.
Oh well, that's You're thinking of Matthew McConaughey's
Okay.
in it,
Yeah, he's yeah.
and then that.
But what was the thing in it? What was the? Yeah.
All right.
Listen,
All
Let's
right.
get to the.
So
chase.
they wound up locking him up.
Yeah.
Right, and the CIA comes in, and he's like, "I can't believe, you know." Liam Neeson goes, "I'm surprised you're in here with all these cameras." And he's like, "Yeah, their cameras seem to be having some technical issues right now."
Yeah.
And he's wearing a scrambler, and I'm like, "It would be so easy." Where do you think these ideas come from? Really, you know, where do 90% of ideas come from? From seeing
Yeah.
it from other people.
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
the same thing that we were talking about GTA, where I think we even spoke on this once, where a car that was not released to the public
Yeah.
and we didn't know about, which is the new Acura NSX,
Mhm.
was released in that game
Yeah.
a year before it was
Sure.
revealed to the public.
It's true,
Yeah.
man.
Now
It's
it's
like
covered up,
advertising right
but yeah, I was like, I will buy this in real life.
Woo! Well,
It's
you
a little
can.
It's a little expensive.
But
There's a lot of that.
It's
shit
weird
happening.
how people definitely know things way before.
I think what's going to happen is you're going to have a group of people who are going to finally get tired of like the smoke and mirrors stuff. And they're going to risk their lives or risk prison time, and they're excellent hackers. I'm not saying I know anybody like this. I'm just saying it's you know, like where they can just start releasing all this information. You can't tell me that
I kind of wish they would, man.
There's not a civilian
in a way.
who doesn't know how to do that, because
In a way.
very, very smart people.
Well,
out
there's
there.
Anonymous. They've kind of done stuff like that. I wish that it would just be a little more like strategic, and we could say, "Hey, we vote for this," and Anonymous does it, or someone.
Tell you what's a really eerily accurate movie, especially when COVID was happening, but V for Vendetta.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Haitian. It's a Haitian one.
It's not, dude. V for Vendetta is so good, dude, because it's got that guy that played Red Skull in Captain America. You know what I'm talking about? He played the main bad guy, Hydra. Played the main bad guy.
Hell Hydra, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, in
The
this
makeup.
movie, you know, there's like this virus that gets released, and
Yeah.
you
Actually,
know,
that was a really good play on it.
yeah. So and that came out. When did that come out?
2005.
2005, dude.
Wow, that was fast.
You know, so
Hugo Weaving.
that's it. He's so good.
He is
dude.
actually a great actor.
He's so
Yeah.
good. He's like up there with the
Natalie Portman's in there too.
yeah, Natalie Portman's in it.
Yes.
I've loved her ever since Star Wars.
Star Wars,
man.
yeah.
Since the
I
beginning.
really have.
Yep.
She has a special place in my heart.
He's up there with me though, with like Christopher Waltz.
Christopher Waltz is a very good actor.
You know,
Christopher
Django, Inglourious
Walken.
Basterds.
He's probably one of the most impactful. The way he
yeah.
takes on, and obviously with his ability to speak
He's
other languages.
kind of like the same way as like watching Leo get
That's
into a
my
role.
boy. That's my boy, dude.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Inception.
Mm.
That's my
That
thing.
is a great.
That is my
Shutter
favorite movie.
Island.
Shutter
Oh,
Island
man.
too. I'm still confused. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't want to spoil it, but you should have watched it.
Here, partner.
Gotta get.
Yeah, it's like it, and then they kind of at
He's
the
like-
very end scope
Yeah.
out, and you're like, wait a minute, who's we
who?
let him, you know?
Yeah,
who?
Do you, or does he let you
It's,
think that? Yeah.
Man, that is actually a great.
You didn't like. I love that movie though, but you hated it when he played in with Jordan Belfort. What's that one called?
What was it?
Is it you're talking about Leonardo?
Yeah.
Is
Which
it,
one
is
did
it
he
his
play
new
in?
movie from a few years ago?
Oh, you're
The
talking.
Wolf of Wall Street, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I
didn't
just
like that movie.
I think it's a good. There's parts of it that are good. I didn't. It wasn't wholesome, and I
Yeah.
like relatively
Oh, it
wholesome
was not
movies.
wholesome.
I don't
So
think, dude, he doesn't really have a lot of wholesome movies, though, dude.
That one movie is pretty good. The newest one about like Hollywood. Did you see that? Like from 2 years ago?
No.
Let me have the name of it. It is called.
yeah, there actually are a few movies that aren't wholesome that he does, but like Wolf of Wall Street's like sex, drugs, sex, infidelity.
Yeah.
It just wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not sure.
Maybe a little
Once
coke
Upon
off
a
the
Time
floor,
in Hollywood.
but
Once
Not-
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That
I've
was a good
seen
movie.
what was
I've
it?
seen bits
Once
and
Upon a
pieces
Time
of
in Hollywood.
it.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
We gotta get this boom thing figured out.
Yeah,
dude.
we're working on it. I mean, it's awesome. I hope it sounds good, but
I can see. I, don't
I
see your
keep
whole
getting
face.
cross-eyed. I keep seeing this.
It's okay. Just gotta
Aviator. That was a good one where he did the Howard Hughes. That's one of my favorites. The Aviator.
focus.
You know, since we're just hitting random stuff, what is that? You know movies really well. What is that movie where he
What a
be,
dick,
he?
dude.
Well, you do know movies.
You know movies
The-
really well.
You got no life.
Well, you know movies way better than I do. So what's the
so
one
much
where
better.
the guy meets himself as a kid? It's a revolving around this red airplane, maybe even a biplane.
I want to Google guy meets himself as a kid, but I also don't want to go to prison.
Yeah,
so-
don't be careful. Do incognito.
Typing it now.
He's gonna track you incognito. dude.
I'm
Who
aware,
stars in
dude.
it?
Dude, Anthony, that eyebrow raise, dude, was freaking.
Was it good?
Dude,
It wasn't
like,
Bruce. It's the guy he plays in.
Robert
Lord help me.
Williams?
Please just look it up. I don't know.
Is it Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, it's not.
He
It's an
meets
older
himself
movie.
as a kid, and there's a red airplane.
It's like
Red Air.
I mean,
You'll
you got
see.
like Big with Tom Hanks. That's where he goes back to being a kid, or fast forward to being an adult.
Radio Flyer. Little Red Plane.
take out the little red plane part. Be like actor movie where meets himself as a kid. I don't freaking know. It was a great movie though. I was really hoping you could be like, oh yeah, it's a great. movie.
all of my movies, man, are I like a lot of war stuff.
Yeah.
Technical type movies.
The Kid.
This was in the 90s.
The Kid
Can I see?
with Bruce Willis.
Well, it may have been Bruce Willis.
An unhappy second.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was Bruce or this other
Yeah,
guy that's in
I
the
never saw
astronaut
that.
movie.
The Kid.
Tell you,
Bruce Willis is great.
Bruce Willis and what is that, Armageddon?
Oh, yeah. And then, what do you think? You think Bruce Willis is having some
He's-
cognitive issues?
No,
Yeah, he
he's
is.
he's
He's out of it.
100% in it, dude.
Yeah.
He's dementia.
He's
Like,
probably
like
actually
Alzheimer's.
he's done with movies now.
Yeah.
He
I-
tried.
I remember he was up there on stage, he was just getting on the red carpet, and he had someone he was acting with, and he didn't realize who they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
For a
he
second.
no, he's actually full blown dementia now. Can't make any
Yeah.
movies. Like he's that far gone. He's
Yeah.
he's probably gonna
And it
pass
progressed so fast, dude. Like,
Yeah,
so
for us
freaking
at least,
fast.
for our knowledge
Yeah.
of it. What,
Oh no, it was
past-
like
for 1
within
year.
2 years.
Yeah. 2
Yeah.
years maybe.
Because
It's
in the
very
last
fast.
since 2019, he's made 30 something movies.
Yeah.
Like he was just pumping them out. Not
Man.
big
Not
A-list movies.
Die
No.
Hards and
Oh my god, what a
Yeah.
good Christmas movie.
that was like John Travolta had that weird stint, dude.
Yeah,
Where he was
actually.
making all those random, like the movie about the linesman. He had one that I actually really liked. It was about dirt track cars. Where it was
okay. I don't know much about it, but yeah.
I don't remember what it was called, but he did that one, and it was good. But it was a bunch of like these off-brand movies, and then
Pulp
he just
Fiction.
and then he just Pulp Fiction's a classic, dude.
Dude, he acted so spaced
Dude,
out. in
Grease?
that, man.
Grease, man.
That's a great
Yeah.
one.
I
It's
got
more like a
you.
musical. I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan of that.
I love.
It looked
Grease.
cool. A lot of people liked it, man. I mean,
Oh, dude.
I was kind of the minority in people who didn't like it. So
You know what movie I didn't care for? The Godfather.
interesting. Why
No,
historically?
I love The
Oh, I was
Godfather.
about to say, man. What the heck?
That movie
dude?
really.
There
Shawshank
are
Redemption
parts
was
of
like-
it, dude, where
Or
you
The
just want to go to
Irishman.
bed, dude. I didn't actually really like The Irishman. It
Gangs
was
of New
so
York?
long, dude.
It is very long.
It's
What,
such a
3
long
hours
movie.
at least?
Gangs in New York.
Yeah, that's a good
yeah,
one.
Gangs of New York is great.
That's
dude.
top tier.
Boondock
Goodfellas,
Saints.
Oh yeah.
Casino. I mean, I can rattle them off, dude.
I know you
Yeah.
can, man.
The Departed.
Yeah, great.
Mark Wahlberg.
Sad.
Shawshank.
Leonardo DiCaprio's
Sketchy.
in it.
Yeah.
That was loosely based on Whitey Bulger.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
What's that's the one with the elevator, right? Where Leonardo gets in the door?
Yeah. The guy shoots him in the head. Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was Mark? Was it Mark?
Mark
Wahlberg?
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg's the bad guy?
No,
right?
Mark Wahlberg's he's a staff sergeant.
Marky Mark.
Staff sergeant. And then you've got not Gene Hackman. Well, you got Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Wahlberg. You've got the dude
In The Departed.
that played Jason Bourne.
I thought this wasn't this the movie where it was like a bunch of covering up with the police and people were killing each other.
I mean,
And Leonardo
goes into this gang as an undercover,
yes.
but the actual rat in the unit is Matt Damon,
who was groomed since
being a kid by
by the boss.
which is
Correct.
Frank.
Yeah,
Frank
that's a
Gay.
wild dude. That was
Yeah,
such
the
a wild
movie is so good, dude.
It hurts. It hurts actually a little bit.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
yeah, it's a great movie.
And he was like trying to plant the gun on people and like, oh yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm. Plant the gun.
When he kills Leonardo, I'm trying to remember what did Leonardo do that then proved it was him? Didn't he have some videos or something he sent to someone or audios?
Yeah, so Matt
was trying to act like
Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio's character sends a copy
to the girlfriend.
to the psychiatrist, which
That's
is
right.
Matt Damon's girlfriend.
That's right.
And she
And they like
plays
each
it.
other.
She plays it, and she freaks out. She realizes like, oh, you fucked up, you know.
Yeah. That's a crazy.
Yeah.
movie.
Then he
I
calls.
could get stuck on that movie.
Yeah,
right
dude.
now
It's
forever.
a really good movie, man.
All
the
of his movies
twist. The twist
are pretty
man.
good.
Yeah.
I mean,
My
Actually, with all those actors in there, man, it could only be good.
yeah, my fiance
Lots of
watched
dark ones.
Fear with Mark Wahlberg the other night.
Is that a newer?
No,
movie?
dude, Fear is when he was like
Young.
young
Young.
Marky Mark, dude.
Marky Mark.
It's about like this overpossessive boyfriend who winds up tormenting this family because it's like a thriller / horror.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really
Interesting.
good, dude. It's really good.
That's crazy, man.
but,
Training Day is crazy too.
Oh,
Speaking of
my
police stuff.
God, dude, Training Day.
Dude, when he gets him, he's like, it was just business, Holmes. In the shower.
Yeah,
Holy
dude.
mackerel, dude. Denzel, is Denzel ever
I've
The-
never
the
seen
bad
him in
guy?
a- I've never seen
antagonist?
him in a bad flick. I can tell you that.
Never.
is
Flight?
he ever the bad guy?
Never.
Except in that one?
Oh, really?
No, I don't think so. No, I mean, dude, Man
See-
on Fire, bro.
Denzel.
Dude,
Denzel,
Book
dude.
Eli.
Denzel.
Oh my God, yeah.
Or The Equalizer. The last one
Oh
wasn't
my
that
God,
great.
The Equalizers, yeah,
But it was in Italy, in places literally I've been, and that was
Yeah.
insane to see.
yeah.
It would not have gone down the way anyway.
Say a
They're
good
not really
one, dude.
friendly
What's
like
that
that.
movie with the? It's John Travolta, and
Spaceship Earth.
no, dude, it's about the crime family and the Punisher. It's
Oh.
the Punisher movie.
The
though.
original.
Yeah. So that one in Tampa, that little house that he lives in with
Mhm.
that dude with all the piercings and stuff,
I'm
and
guessing you
that
know
fat guy,
someone or
which
been
is
there.
John Panetti, that comedian. Is
He's
right,
dead.
Yeah, is right, and he
was-
was phenomenal too. He was phenomenal.
He was the super huge guy, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Dude, I didn't know you liked him.
Homeboy was thick, dude.
Ravioli and snack. Ravioli and snack.
Yeah, dude.
On the treadmill.
Yeah. He but that house that they're in is right across the street from the Amtrak station. We go pick
I'm
up
sorry,
our
man.
mom,
I just
dude.
found out I love you when I found out you listen to him, dude.
Dude, John Panetti,
That's
he
so
does
great.
that thing where he's like, where he's talking about where he goes to Italy. And
Yeah.
He's like,
He does the
it's
tasting.
like, can we order? No, we're gonna bring out some food first. You're
He's
not
like,
scaring me.
spaghetti.
Oh yeah. Dude.
There's like 7 courses. Oh Lord, please. You
He's
know?
like, stop ordering. I didn't order this. We shouldn't have brought Timmy. He was too skinny. He's dead.
He's
What's
not gonna
the
make
matter?
it.
You don't like it? He's dead. Pass that over here.
Dude, that guy, Man.
He was like
That's-
one of those comedians that could be funny without cursing.
Yeah.
Kind of like Nate Bargatze.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of Jeff
His
Foxworthy's
voice,
stuff is funny.
How loud he
Some of
is,
it.
how he makes fun of
Yeah.
food and his obesity.
Yeah. Where he
he's
goes
so
to
great.
where he goes to England, and the only thing for breakfast is like eggs, sausage, and beans. He's like, yeah, that's what you should do. Load me up with beans and stick me in a toy car for 6 hours. You know.
Dude, he was so great, man.
Yeah.
I used to listen to him on Pandora when that was a thing.
Yeah, he died. He died. He was young, man.
Well, he's so overweight. man.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, God, how much do you think he weighed? Like 550?
No, dude. There's no way he was that close.
Mm.
You know how big you gotta
450?
be? No, dude.
Dude, look at him, man. Look, when you see how big this guy is, and remember, he's big. He's bigger than Ralph, man.
John
You'll see.
Panetti.
And I always thought it was like Panay, the way you said it.
Yeah,
It's probably is Panetti.
He died April 5th, 2014, at the age of 50, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
How much does he weigh though?
I'm
Not at death. I don't want to know after he died how much he weighed. Not very much. Most of the time, people like that have to get cremated.
Sometimes.
Seriously.
dude.
No,
Where's
I'm
barbecue
not.
at?
Joe.
Yeah,
I
where's
know. We
barbecue
like
at, dude?
went so far off.
Oh, that's good.
That's all right.
He did lose
We're
a
having
bunch of
fun.
weight, though, by the way.
At some point, he did.
Yeah.
He
I
did.
think he gained a lot of it back.
Barbecue did now. He got a lot of weight back.
Dude, how much did he weigh, man?
Oh man.
He's shed almost 200 of his 400 pounds. All right.
That's
I'm
good.
telling you, dude, he was a big man.
Big
Yeah.
boy.
He
Some
was
people-
probably over 400.
Some
dude.
people are just like that, though, dude. You know, some people are just, you know?
Thick boy.
Dude, he walked and his feet were like popping out of his shoes sideways, man. And he
Let
waddled.
the man
so-
rest.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, dude,
We
look
had
at that
some-
eyebrow,
We
dude.
had some good laps. All right. I don't know if
So
we're ever
actually,
going to get back to Haitian. How far are we in on this?
Oh, I'm just all breaking up, so we're good.
All right.
Just
thank God.
flowing.
They're just
Flowing
letting it
like a
ride,
river down the
It's
river.
fun, though. I
It
enjoy
is.
coming here and kind of hanging out,
It's awesome.
talking,
Yeah,
With the lights, you
With
know,
you
nice,
guys.
you know.
yeah, dude.
mainly with.
Blinded by the two lights.
Wrapped up like a-
All right, so what's with barbecue, man? Let's get the skinny
Yeah,
on
let's
this guy.
just do- So let's actually, I want to talk about the Haitians. So
The
the
people.
Haiti takeover, so to speak.
Mhm.
So how much do you guys really know about what's going on right now in Haiti? Everything?
Almost
I don't know
nothing. I know that they pretty much overtook the government.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that. Know that
We
the
support
cops,
the government.
Like the cops
Or
boogied out. Like they were just like, yeah, dude, like exfil inbound.
Honestly, yes. So a lot of that's been going on. So in
Tell us.
2021,
Do tell.
the president was assassinated in Haiti
Mm-hmm.
in 2021 by the gangs.
Oh,
Since-
how was he killed? Do you know?
I think assassination.
He was eaten alive, actually.
Eating alive, eating alive.
Can you imagine?
dude?
Barbecue, dude, the new leader.
What a name, dude.
It is actually.
I
Crazy.
mean,
that's
really.
a cool name though.
That's
It's
a
like-
cool name
like,
if
man,
you eat people.
He's a big guy. Too.
Or if you don't.
Barbecue's a big guy and he runs over with an AK all the time. Like,
You
that's
used
a
to make
cool
it sound
guy.
like this dude was like humongous. I went and looked at him. I was like, dude, actually, I feel like he could chase someone down and eat
Oh, he
him.
could. He's a
He's-
cop.
Yeah, dude's actually yoked though.
Yeah,
like,
well,
he's
all that protein.
dude.
Yeah,
like,
tons. Of,
Lean
he
protein.
ate
man.
somebody with HGH in him, dude. And he just,
He gets all his
just-
steroids from
Yeah.
his spray.
the,
That's
this
so
guy,
weird to think
This guy
about.
had Tren in his system.
Oh
Is-
man,
now,
he got
hey,
everything.
yeah.
Is that a thing? Is historically Haitians go back to cannibalism in any way, or that's a new satanic thing or
It's. I think it's been that way since like the 1600s or far,
Dear
far
God,
further back. No,
whatever?
honestly,
Why are we giving them water, man?
honestly,
I don't
yes,
mean
no,
that,
it has been
but-
something that's been enriched. Look, they're in Florida. Don't worry.
They had
Do
enough.
not- Do not cut that.
They had enough from the earthquake and anyway.
You're not getting that promotion.
You're like, So they assassinated the big guy, right? And
Yeah.
since 2021, the gangs have been taking over, right?
Yeah.
Taking over everything.
Oh Lord.
And after the assassination, the government in place captured most of the people who did it, and they locked them in their main prisons.
Oh yeah, they been. I'm kind of spoiling it, but didn't they get released? They released like everyone now.
Well, yeah, the barbecue and his gangs broke like 4,000 from one prison, more from
Yeah.
another's.
Just a few
But-
thousand here
yeah.
and there.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong. Yeah. Who am I?
Dude, I'm gonna
don't
figure
say
out how to weaponize
Just like-
this.
Just
I already
spin it.
have. You just walk by and bump into it.
Is the Haitian presence like? Are they like in like Cuba and stuff like that? Like, is that? Am I just making
The
that
Haitian
up? Or I
what?
remember like hearing like there's like a Haitian president like presence in Cuba, and
Presents.
kind of like all like the little
Yes.
surrounding.
Not Cuba. They're pretty much all, like, kick them out of Cuba.
Yeah.
But actually in Africa.
Like Creole?
Africa, sure.
Like some St. Creole or something.
A
I
lot of
know they
Africa.
have a lot of Haitian.
So,
You say you love Africa?
it's a great place. It's really big. A lot of land.
It is a continent. you know.
Cool animals.
I know a lot of people think it's a country, unfortunately.
Look, it's an awesome country.
Yeah, it's my favorite country
It's
of
the
the
best
seven.
country in the world.
It's
My seventh favorite
My
country.
seventh big country.
With a bunch of cities.
The big cities.
you want
like
Some small ones.
like
you
Nigeria
want to hear
and
a
Kenya.
really funny thing that Sam did one time.
It's Africa's a
Egypt,
great
the other
city,
city,
man.
you know?
Sam, probably when
What?
Sam was working at this place in Hampstead called Hibachi to go. Somewhere-
That sounds really good. I want it now.
yeah,
Can
there's
we get
like
some?
literally drive through Hibachi, right? And she'll get pissed at me for telling this, but we're gonna do it
I
anyway.
don't think she'll watch this.
She doesn't support me at all.
She won't go this
Never.
far into it.
So
for sure.
she's her and her coworkers are there talking, and then two of her coworkers were like, "Yeah, we really want to go to Hawaii, but the airplane ticket is so expensive." And Sam's like, "Why don't you just drive there?"
Oh, yeah.
But, like,
you should
homegirl
have
was
said that on
Dead
camera.
serious when she said it, and she's like, they're like looking at her like,
Well, maybe she thought Elon had the tunnel
"Dude,
done.
she
Yeah, the big
was
tunnel.
like, well, like when you look at the map,
It's a long
like
time.
it's right next to Alaska."
Yeah, it's not fair though.
That's
the
what
way
she
they do
said.
that.
She goes, "It's right
Yeah.
next to Alaska when you look at the map
Yeah.
in the United States." And I'm
Mhm.
like, "Right, but it's not." She's like, "But it's right there." And I'm like, "If it's really
Right,
far
but
away."
it's not. Like Antarctica was portrayed.
Yeah.
But she was dead.
Just
She was
trying.
dead serious about it. So she always jokes that she doesn't know geography.
Yeah, I would say based on what you said,
It's-
probably she
takes
doesn't.
time.
You should ask her where.
Hawaii is.
She probably can nail Africa.
I
man.
said my buddy is in Amsterdam right now, and she's like, "Is that London?"
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
close enough.
You should stop. You
It's
should
next
stop.
next
In
city
case she
over.
does listen to
Dude,
this.
she's fine. She'll get a kick out of it.
Lord,
Love you.
Yeah.
she's really nice. Just doesn't know geography very well.
That's
at
okay.
all.
No, it's cool.
I don't know how to
Zero
do math,
bits.
dude.
Yeah. 1 + 1 4.
Pretty much. Like you
Yeah.
can ask me like
Yeah, actually.
how to add 20% to a bill. If I don't have my calculator,
Toast.
if I don't have my adding machine, I'm done.
No
Lee
idea.
can do that. Lee can do math like that.
Yeah.
You could be like, "What's 23% of that?" And he'll be like, and then
Yeah, I
have it.
can't do that.
Yeah, it's
Well,
weird.
and your head just walk.
Yeah, dude. He needs to be a janitor in what's that movie everyone knows about?
Oh,
Yes. Basically Rain
oh
Man.
my God, dude! Why do you do this to
John
me?
Wick.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, janitor John Wick.
Yeah.
No, dude.
No,
Goodwill
it's
Hunting.
Goodwill Hunting.
Oh, Goodwill
dude.
Finally, I nailed my own movie I
Dude,
was
Let's
wondering
go,
about.
dude. Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ow.
So anyway, so thank you for answering that. But the presence in Africa.
Rock, paper, scissors with this guy, dude. He is the worst. All right, ready? Let's just try this, all right? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, see?
I did
That was
too.
cool. That was cool. We were like, all right, I'm going to be Anthony. Ready?
All right.
You say rock, paper, scissors.
All right, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
That's him, dude.
Ah, no, dude.
He's like one extra beat, and then like,
He's like,
or wait, here it goes.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Crap, you know, like thinks about it and still does.
Dude, but
And
the
then when you
dude-
sat in the wrong seats anyway.
But the
I
dude
know,
playing
right?
the dude playing Warzone has better movement than like a computer could have.
Yeah, well, except
You
the
know?
other night.
I
The other
still
night he
have
was
more
like,
kills than anybody.
dude, I was watching.
I got you, dude.
Hey, every now and then I'll smoke somebody. You know that.
You actually do really good. That's not true.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
So
go.
we're gonna start doing that. We were talking. Have you talked to him about that? We were talking at the gym today about how we're gonna start streaming
Oh,
Twitch or
yes.
something
I-
while we gameplay.
Okay.
That was your idea?
No, that was Anthony's idea, and I was super stoked about it.
I'm
You're
cool
like,
with this.
"Oh,
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, did I kill it? Like,
yes,
socially
bro.
killed it?
You freaking stuck a
Oh.
knife in it. You're like, well, I don't want to not get serious about this. It seems like we're not being
Well,
serious.
Well,
Did he or did
I
he
probably
not,
did
dude?
say that, man.
I love
Because
you. You
that's
did
how I
say it,
feel.
though.
That's kind of how I feel. But you can put in a playlist that says live streaming or
Yeah.
be a completely separate thing. The reason it made sense and clicked today, what was
I
that?
have no
He
idea.
goes like a full body blink, dude. Every cell blinked right
Full
there.
on. In my mouth, too.
His glasses blinked. So
Yeah, they did.
so where it made sense is if we're gonna devote our time anyway to
Yeah.
gaming, let's have fun with it, record it, make money, do something fun,
Make money.
make money.
What's up with that?
We could, dude.
I don't know, money. Ugh.
We
Disgusting.
really need to scale back then some of the
Equipment.
equipment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
Some
could
of-
think of a few things.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Haitian barbecue.
You need to
Jailbreak.
buy a Elite controller.
Oh, the thing with the bot. Yeah, I don't have. Do you have one? Because you broke the other one.
No, she got it for me for Christmas.
Oh, that's
It's-
cool.
it's
I have
nice,
to wait
isn't
till
it?
Christmas.
Oh my god, dude.
It's so good, yeah.
You,
my
you can
birthday.
adjust your thumbstick, and, like tightness and stuff.
Really?
There's trigger stops on it, so you can shorten your trigger pulls.
It's
I'm like such a
nice.
nerd, dude, but
It's so nice.
If
though.
only it was real life. All right, so
Kind of is. So,
prisons.
prisons in Haiti. Haiti's big things going on right now.
it is.
Presence in Africa. It's a good country.
It's a great country. Egypt, another great city.
I had a customer one time. He's Egyptian, and he was like,
Yeah.
he's like, I was like, how is it there? He's like, sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I was
a
like,
lot
why
of
does it
people,
suck?
especially in Cairo.
He's like, dude, because it's just terrible. He's like,
Yeah,
don't ever go
money.
there.
No, it is. It actually now,
Yeah.
Egypt is probably the worst it's been.
Really?
To
Well-
go there, you can only go as a tour. You have to be a tour group,
Mm-hmm.
large bus, never go
Mm.
solo, because the police is extremely corrupt.
You know that's
Yeah.
a
Like, I mean,
country
the
that's
most.
I
mandatory
believe that.
military service?
South Korea?
Egypt.
Egypt, I
Egypt
know.
too? Yeah,
Switzerland,
Egypt,
I know Egypt
Sweden,
was.
maybe.
That's what I was like, so would
Switzerland's
you
nuts.
serve? And he's like, no, dude, I was here on a college visa. I couldn't. And I was like, oh, okay. Draft dodger. No.
Yeah, I know, dude.
But it's only 2 years, I think.
Egypt's
he said.
crazy. I remember I was going to Ukraine like 2000, whenever the Irish Spring. Oh my gosh!
That's
Whenever
Irish Springs,
the
I tell
Arab
you
Spring
what.
happened,
Some good stuff.
I was in the USO and I was sitting there.
I was singing in a USO show.
I was singing.
They
about
have these like
USSR.
if you're active military or not, whatever. If you're active, you can go in these nice little USO things,
Yeah.
and it was awesome. I got to sleep a little bit, and then I wake up in this chair, a comfortable chair at that, and Egypt's like masses downtown. I think it was Cairo or whatever, and they were just chanting and saying whatever, and nothing actually happened that I'm aware of successfully from that. It should have though.
I'm
have.
fine
Should have.
seeing Egypt from my TV, dude. Like The Mummy. Great movie.
That is
Yes.
actually a great movie.
Yes.
But
Dude,
I,
he's actually that last movie he made. Didn't he get an Oscar for it?
The Well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He did
Did you watch that? I haven't seen it.
I didn't see it.
parts of it. Not good. Don't watch it.
Mm.
Okay, fair enough. Like it's not good to watch, wholesome, or it's just not good quality of acting.
Acting is great.
It's like
The movie topics is not good, and none of us here would like it.
it's like if you enjoy fat shaming and then redemption, watch
You
that.
fat shame
There's
me
a
all the
lot
time,
of
dude.
stuff in that movie.
Like weird stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
The memes that came from it though, dude. Like where the one where he's trying to get up off the couch and it's like when you've had 6 plates at Thanksgiving and your grandma says the pie's ready and it's like him trying to get up, dude, all sweating and shit, dude. Oh my god, it's so funny, bro.
Dude, pumpkin pie hits. I don't know.
I hate pie.
I know.
I
Yeah,
absolutely.
I thought you
hate
don't
it.
like pumpkin.
Brownies
anything.
sound good right now.
Stop.
Don't they sound good? Also.
Oh
nice
my gosh.
baked brownies
Get
with some.
upstairs and get us some
You,
brownies
you text your mom.
right now.
Mom, the meatloaf. Get it right. It's from the Wedding
Eat the
Crashers.
food, you fat lard.
Yeah, Tina, eat your dinner, fat lard.
Holy
Anthony, we keep
mackerel.
hijacking your
Oh no,
thinking,
dude,
I'm
I
sorry,
don't even
dude.
know. I mean, hey,
Yeah,
we're going with
we're
first
on
today.
the multiple topics thing. Let it fly.
But I think it is pretty crazy. All like you know what's interesting to me is there's always seems to be some sort of crazy world conflict going on, man. There's never been. I don't ever remember a period where there wasn't some kind of bullshit going on. You know, like the earthquake at Haiti or the, it's still a sex trade, sex slave trade in like Libya right now. That's a real
Interesting.
there's
Is
a-
Libya northwest? Very northwest on the coast. Libya.
It's overseas.
Well, you can be sure of that.
It's actually in a country of
Yeah.
Africa.
You know, you got like the Ukrainian thing
In the
going
city
on
of
right now.
Libya.
Yeah.
You've got like poverty in China, but somehow they're worth trillions
Something
of dollars
crazy.
now.
In Israel,
So,
that
I was
conflict.
Yeah, Israel, dude. I mean, what
Taiwan
the-
might pop off.
Yeah, dude.
So Tatiana went to Prague and then met some of her friends in Germany and Cyprus, right? Like area near Greece. Apparently it's occupied similarly to what happened in Ukraine. Not as aggressive, but Turkey has taken a bunch of their territory. It was years and years ago, but they're still not recognizing Turkey as a. I didn't know that even existed. Or even
There's
happened. So there's probably a lot more of those little. Ukraine's obviously a huge thing. I mean, it's the largest country in.
Yeah, there's
Europe.
also. I mean, like,
Crazy.
interestingly enough, there's a ton of that stuff that happens in Africa, dude.
Oh yeah,
You know,
like
well,
the Ramadi, or
like where they were killing
Yeah.
all the farmers because they were white, like the white
It's
farmers.
still
are-
happening.
oh,
I mean,
right now that
actually-
is happening in South Africa.
Yeah.
At
Continuing.
my last job,
Yeah.
I delivered to a South African, a white South African who moved here because of that.
Yeah,
I
It's
spoke
very
with him for like an hour,
dangerous.
2 hours, like
I know
over months.
I know, dude.
So he's a very cool guy. He
Well,
says, "Yeah, it's just really
yeah.
bad there."
Mhm.
Casey Neistat's wife is South African. She talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
very
She
bad
doesn't
because
talk
right
much,
now South
so.
Africa and their cities are becoming trash.
Well, they're actually calling
actual bad.
a lot of the government heads are calling to kill white people.
Yeah.
And my understanding is the motivation is because white people were so oppressed that area for so long. Now it's time to. I don't know if it's true, but that's what they're saying.
My favorite thing about Africa is the preserves. The best thing about the preserves is that they have
Hunting.
They have this thing where if you are a poacher and you are dead on
Love it.
sight,
You
dude.
can kill them.
Yeah, you can just smoke them, dude.
Oh,
And
yes.
I just think
Kill
like
poachers.
instead of like hunting lions
Immediately.
and stuff, like
Hunt
it's like
poachers.
most dangerous game. You know, like
Oh,
you
yeah.
send a bunch
Kill or
of
be
people out
killed.
there. You know.
Oh, billionaires already do that, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, like, oh my god, I saw this thing, man, where it was that Greta chick, and it was like the last thing you see before you're hunted for sport, and it's like Greta with a glass of wine like this. Like,
yeah.
how
Her and
dare
her
you.
How dare you?
lithium ion vehicles.
She got arrested yesterday.
Thank God.
Well, she gave her yesterday. Yeah, she was protesting again
Okay.
with like
good.
100 other people, and they all got arrested.
Yeah.
Cool.
I,
Good for her. She's doing things.
the electric thing, man, is crazy, dude.
Power. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I mean, might as well at this point. Might as well.
how's the electrical grid in Haiti, dude? How's that going?
I bet it's great.
That is,
Yeah.
that's really good.
Yeah. It's crazy when you see stuff from Iraq and whatnot, where you see how their electrical lines are going in and out.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
like the rat's nest of those things.
Do
and
you
people
well,
messing
they
with
have that
them.
in India too, man, where they'll just tie into a like
Box.
with flip flops standing in a puddle, dude, and they'll just tie into like 600
Yeah.
amps, man. Not a care in the world.
It's insane,
Dip
dude.
potato
Yeah.
chips. I know.
The flip flop welders, dog. What's really scary about that though is like there's a ton of outside manufacturing, right?
Mhm.
India is starting to become really big into that. China, of course, we buy a ton of stuff from China.
What do you think of the quality, or what it took
Well,
to get it, or what? Where are you
I'm
going
thinking
with that?
that if we don't figure out a way to bring business back domestically, we're really,
We
really
can't.
going to be in trouble.
I don't think
so.
we're gonna
If
be able
U.S.
to.
Steel and Mexico Steel does not step up,
I don't
we
think.
are
I don't
at
think we're.
UCK.
I don't think we're
Well,
going to be able to.
Well,
I
Because-
think we will.
Tell me why you think so, and I'll
think
go
with the
against it.
current with the right administrative push, we're moving money to
Sure.
the wrong things, right? Like we're not taxing them like we were to import their stuff.
If
in.
you
right?
incentivize making domestically
Yeah.
and purchasing domestically, then yes. but I don't think we'll do it. Even with Trump, I don't think we'll do it.
I think you
we
have to
cannot.
give them a reason to want to.
Who's going to work? Okay. Who's going to work and do that type of hard labor that sucks, is hot and sweaty and doesn't pay well?
Yeah.
No one that's here legally is going to do that work. I mean, when I say no one, I mean most people. I respect that type of work. That's hardcore. But
what do you
the
talk,
kids
like,
these days
like
can't
steel
handle
mills?
it. Yeah, they're not. You're going to take some kid from high school who is like,
it's got to be the
there's
right
no
high school,
way, man.
There's there's different.
What, one in Flint, Michigan or something?
Well, you got to think, man. Like there's
like, wow, good water.
okay, like where we live around here, right? Like
yeah,
out towards where I work at. All right, that's the sticks, man. Like kids
oh,
there.
well,
kids
true.
there are blue collar, dude. They don't want to.
They would
be
work
a
hard
doctor,
like that.
Dude. They want to be linesmen.
You're
they
right.
want to be plumbers and carpenters.
And they would take low
work in
money.
steel
They're
mills
used to
and stuff.
poverty. They work hard.
And like honestly, man, like steel mills, dude, you can make like freaking $30 an hour working at a steel mill.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know most of it
can.
is like
You can.
you're wearing like that gear, you're running equipment. It's mostly automated now, so you know
You're
they can
just
run a huge plant
monitoring
with very
things
little
and
people.
adjusting.
You know, it's kind of like in Star Wars, dude, where they had that whole steel mill planet. You know,
Yeah.
where they're fighting all that
Anakin's-
stuff. You know,
Well, it's
gets
like
chopped up.
like you have like some people, doctors, lawyers, bloggers, right? That's like one side of it.
Yeah.
Weren't we
And then
talking
you have
about that? The doctor thing?
No,
Yeah.
and then the
shut up.
Jesus.
No.
You hear this guy? You said that there are so many people getting their doctorates right now.
Oh, we were, yeah.
You know what's funny? I remember like a couple of years ago, I was talking to a guy came into the shop, and he was a recruiter for the Navy, and I was just like, man, you guys looking for pilots? And he was like, dude, if you want to be a pilot, we can get you in that seat. He said that it's easier right now to fill a pilot slot than it is to fill a position of like a doctor or attorney or something of
I would do the
highfalutin
pilot
stuff.
all
Yeah.
day.
And I'm thinking that's crazy because then you start looking at the actual commercial flight. You know, there's a backlog. Like we have no pilots. Like nobody is wanting
Really,
to fly.
I thought for some reason I thought it was a ton of people are trying. Like I know, like 3 people are doing that.
It's like okay, it goes like this though. Like you also have to fit the right profile. They're not just gonna throw you. Like you have to go through the channels, man. Like you go through.
Get classed on this.
You know,
and
you
that,
have to get all your certs, man, and that's so
get
expensive.
your private first, and
Right, you know, then you go through all those channels, but then you
Commercials.
fly regional. Then you step up because everyone's like, "Oh, well, I'll just go to flight school and I'll fly FedEx 777s and make $250,000 a year." It doesn't work like that, you know.
Yeah, someone told me that the cargo planes, those jobs sometimes fly and make more money.
Oh, yeah.
than
Oh yeah.
when you're flying people.
It's like a 18-wheeler, just transport.
Yeah.
A lot of transport.
Why?
And most regional pilots, man, they only make like 40, 50K a year. They do not make a ton of money.
Yeah.
Like it's very, and they're get woken
so
up.
the
at 3 in
money's
the
at
morning.
the
Money's at your top end, like you got 15 plus.
years international
yeah, dude.
flights.
Yeah, man. Like if you're like A380 captains for like Lufthansa are making a ton of coin, but
Like
there's
what?
like
do you know any idea roughly?
no,
Yeah,
I would say over 200,000 a year for
The
sure.
Emirates make a
So you
ton.
lose your
Emirates,
life too,
yeah.
though.
Yeah, well, you do, man.
You
You're
don't get to
flying
see your
across
kids.
you're flying from
And then you
Germany to
mandatory
New York.
sleep time. And
Yeah, well, they got bunks and stuff on the planes and stuff, so they'll take
There's
off
always
with
2 pilots.
yeah, they'll take off with a crew of like 6.
so you'll have your 2 refreshed pilots.
So
and then
one
they sleep.
one set will do like take off and fly 4 hours, another set will do the actual crossing, and then another set will do like the landing.
I didn't know
you know,
that. I'm
yeah.
learning a lot. That's cool.
On big, that's big planes.
Yeah, big planes, yeah.
Normally it's only 2, and they just take naps throughout their shift.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That I hate.
But
Like when you do
They'll knock
the
out. They're not
night,
supposed
night
to.
watch and they're not sleeping.
They're not supposed to, but
Hey, man.
they'll
just-
knock out.
they'll
You
just
know?
knock out right there. and
You know.
Whoa, 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 pull back up, guys.
Do
Yeah.
pull up.
Terrain,
now.
terrain,
Terrain.
pull up.
Can you imagine?
That was so...
Tell you, dude, I worked on a King Air 90 one time, and there was this thing at Clearwater when you would go on a test flight, you would make the run to Tallahassee, and right across the street from this little regional airport, there was a Dairy Queen. So
That's my nickname.
that was the thing, man.
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee. I thought you were gonna say Dairy Queen, dude.
Dude, I thought he was saying something way different. Anyway,
So we take off, and it's beautiful, clear
I'll tell you later.
skies. We're flying like 5,000 feet. It's like 45-minute trip, 30-minute trip, something like that. We land, go get our ice cream and a burger. Trying to come back,
Sounds
and
great right now.
it's just overcast.
Ice
dude.
cream, burgers, and fries.
dude, food in general.
It's like it's hella overcast, and this pilot was so old school, man. Like I'm wearing the headset, sitting right hand seat, and he was not wearing headsets. He was freaking like mic around the neck, listening to the intercom, which sucks, dude, because they're garbage, right? And he's able to absorb all this. And he's like, man, we're gonna have to shoot the ILS to get back into Clearwater. And I'm like, cool, man. I played flight sim before. You know, I've been practicing. We got this.
Yeah.
So they set us up in the ILS, and the minimum to get into to get into Clearwater 600 feet, if I remember correctly. So they say, you know, hey man, minimum right now the ceiling is 800 feet. So we're like, cool, man. So like, you know, we start. Airplane does its thing. Heading mode goes off. We start our turn. Altitude light goes off. We start our descent. And you know, GPS calls out, you know, 1,000, right, and starts taking off as you get lower.
500.
And it gets to like 600. He's like, you see the runway? And I'm like, nope. You know, and it's like it's storming. Airplane's bouncing around, dude. You know, you're a little Beechcraft, so you're safe, right? It's not gonna crash, but you know,
Sure.
400, 300. I'm like, I see the runway
200.
lights, dude. And he's like, pulls the power back and sets it down, dude. And he's like, you good? And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm good, you know. But it was sketchy, dude. It was super sketchy. We should
In a
have
storm. I bet so.
we should have not landed.
like
We should have hindsight.
Simulator.
No. This was real life. This happened.
Yeah, this is real.
Hindsight, we should have turned around and went somewhere else.
How many people? Just
me and the pilot.
Just you and
Yeah, and it wasn't even his plane. It was he was a pilot for
Don't
somebody
name
else.
him. I'll tell you.
But
I don't even remember his name. He was like this weird looking. He's a nice guy, but he
Just
looked like a
weird.
cracked out Albert Einstein. It's the only way I can describe him.
But no, this is actually brings
Younger.
to my, I guess, thought, right? And what we talked about the doctors and nurses.
Yeah,
and
remember
whatnot.
we did talk about
We
that.
did. It's the quality of workers in the U.S. right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we were discussing, you know, a lot of doctors, nurses, they're not. A lot are great. Like, I mean, almost perfect. But a lot of them right now, they're just going into it with no knowledge, with no training, with no.
Yep.
Their mindsets aren't in it.
Yeah.
And that's the quality of work. And like, same thing when you're talking about the steel workers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't have that right now.
No.
We don't have that. And
That hard-working America thing.
Yeah, it's
not a thing
it's
anymore.
you know what my what I've always said, like the world doesn't run on doctors and lawyers.
It
right?
doesn't.
Like, you know, the schools,
thankful
I think,
that-
you know, modern schools now, like high schools and stuff, they're pushing the wrong, like not everybody can be a doctor or lawyer.
No.
Like, you know, Charles Barkley did this thing, man, where he went to this school and because he gives these speeches and he's like, how many people in here want to play professional sports? And like almost every single hand in the room went up. I was like, how many people in here want to be an attorney or a doctor or something like that? And only a couple of hands went up. And he was like, you know, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but there's like, 260 guys that play in, like, let's just say the NBA.
Yeah.
It's like your chances of making that are very slim. Your chances of being successful in another trade are also very high. Like, I mean, what electricians are charging right now, it's actually outrageous because they're having to pay them $30, $40, $50 an hour to get people to come work.
Dude, this at my job, there's an O-ring seal about the size of this table, just a perfect circle, one seal. We have to pay this outside private company to come in, put the seal on it.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours to put the seal on because he waited for it to dry.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $80 an hour just to pay him for 3 hours just to.
Yep. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's actually
and then just
crazy.
drove off.
I need to get that job.
I want that job too.
It's
But think about it like the quality of work. So right now we don't have manufacturing in the United States. We have some, but not at the level.
Not that we can even
it's
support.
always, and it's stuff that's not easily imported.
It's
right?
not. Yes.
So it's stuff that's just cheaper to build here than it is to actually ship it.
I know we're making more ammunition factories right now because all the stuff going on overseas. We're building.
It would make sense.
Where
It would help us in a time of need too.
Yeah.
we opened up 3 more artillery factories.
I did see that.
So
That's serious.
That is serious.
Yeah.
We're opening up a lot of stuff, but
and good.
think of it like this: we don't have the factories or the trades that we need.
Yeah.
So everyone is going to something that makes the most money. They're going to the doctors, lawyers, nurses, and their minds aren't in it. They're just seeing money.
Mm-hmm.
The quality of their person isn't in it.
The biggest problem is that there's a huge misconception of like tradies, right? Like there is nothing wrong with being a plumber or an electrician,
Right.
or a linesman. You know what's always funny is that
It's tough.
with like law
Linemen,
enforcement or things
very.
like that, they're like, yeah, it's the most dangerous job. Law enforcement is actually not listed in the top 10 most dangerous.
Lineman's very
profession.
dangerous.
Lineman's
That's
dangerous.
hard work.
You've
dude.
got
Alaskan crab fisherman.
underwater
Very.
welding.
That's
It
one
is.
of the highest.
It
is.
That's
You
one of
could-
the highest.
You could
actually.
die.
That guy
Underwater
Nick
welding,
did
dude.
that.
Underwater welding.
Yeah, that's
You
super
know,
dangerous.
I mean, it's there's a ton of iron workers, man, building skyscrapers and stuff. The problem is that we've allowed, and I hate to say it like this, but we've allowed schools and teachers to take away the pride of that kind of trade. There's something to be proud
I
of,
think
man.
so,
like
too.
like if you're a framer, dude, and
Say
you and
you built
you
that.
and your 6 guys that frame out a 5-bedroom house in 2 days, are you kidding me?
Or you-
I couldn't do that.
or you-
you know?
Can say I built that house.
Yeah.
I built
Yeah.
my own house.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
And I what's
We could
weird
figure
is
it out. It might fall down.
Yeah.
I
we
did
could do
see
it.
I did see it die
Little
off
car
like
house.
2 years ago, but I'm slowly starting to see trades come back, and like I'm slowly starting to see like because what they push masculinity out of it, and I think that has a lot to do with it. And
Well,
you're
I mean-
starting to see a lot of people push back against that, where they're they're like, dude, we don't want to be frou-frou and fruity, dude. We want to be masculine. We want to be boys. Let boys do what boys do, right? So I'm starting to see more of that, at least. From
There
where I
will be a
live in the state.
pushback because I think at some point we went.
We went too far.
It's exactly right. We went too far, and I almost don't want to say that because I think we were already.
Mhm.
It's like a little bit is a lot,
Yeah.
kind of thing. But we have gone so far with this whole. Do we want to go there?
If you want it, we went really far in a lot of directions
Yeah.
and quick.
Yeah.
Like it was really quick.
The
I mean,
fun-
it wasn't like
yeah,
something that
yeah.
would just
Yeah.
over 20, 30
No,
years.
like
Yeah.
past 5 years,
It was like instant.
unrecognizable what we were founded on,
Mhm.
good and bad. Those things are almost non-existent, and they're definitely not protected. So I want to.
Well,
that's
like-
including the World
Yeah.
War II. The women were helping
Oh,
paint.
they
They
were-
were
yeah.
take tritium and
The
whatever.
women were controlling all the factories.
Yeah, dude,
All
they
the
were
raw
doing the
materials.
hard labor
dude.
jobs while
They
we
were
were over
building
there.
tanks and planes,
Yeah.
and
They
there
were.
there was women
They
that
were.
were overseas, dude, in the hospitals there, man.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
The
Fighter
the
pilots.
French
They were fighter
Resistance,
pilots, yeah.
dude, had a bunch of women in the French Resistance.
Oh yeah. We're not that anymore. We are. You know what it is? Even if it's not social media,
Yeah.
which it is, it's comfortability.
Yeah, sure.
The pillows we have are softer. The beds we have are softer. The climate control is
Yeah.
available.
Take all that shit away. Sleep on rocks.
I mean,
Sweat your ass
in
off
in a
overnight.
weird kind of way, it would fix it. In
Well,
a weird
actually,
kind of way, if we took these,
yes
put
and
them in a
no.
box, we'd probably be fine.
Yeah.
And then sleep on the ground.
So like I did a lot of research on the 40s and 50s to look at the way of living.
Yeah.
So in the 50s, they
Like
started.
Fallout.
Yes, they started to actually, develop. The World War II's over.
Mm-hmm.
All this money is now in the country. They own everything. Development was at the all-time high.
Yeah.
So think about the living, right, for the
Yeah.
average family.
Mm-hmm.
They
I was a
had.
nuclear family, dude.
It was, think of like a refrigerator, for instance, something simple.
Oh, the fridges back then? Don't
Yeah.
get me started on the quality. Great.
Insane, insane quality. All the little features. You've
Yeah,
probably seen the
dude.
videos. Like there's like 20
Yeah,
drawers.
the drawers
in
and
one.
things that fold out, man.
Yes, like
We don't
little
even
stuff
have it.
like that.
Harrison Ford survived a nuclear blast in one of those, dude.
He did. He went flying too.
Indiana Jones.
He was like
bro.
an eagle on wings of eagles.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, bro.
You haven't seen that?
Yeah, I'm just.
It
I
was-
thought you were being serious for a second, and then I was like, oh
dude,
my
it
God.
was serious.
Dude,
That was
really
real.
happened.
That was real.
That happened. That
dude.
really
Yeah.
happened.